Hey everyone, I'm Parker here, a consultant at RMT. As Bob noted, we don't have a whole lot of time, and I'm sure we're all thinking about the next glass of wine. But what we're talking about today is the dashboard execution, migrations, validations, reporting, and last but certainly not least, the health checks. So, what I'd like to do with this time today is change the framing. Let me tell you a story about my work life before and after I used ACE. And so, something that looked like was before ACE. A simple dev to prod migration could take a week back and forth because we would have to gather job details, wait on approvals, chase missing documentation, double check standards, and juggle windows at odd hours. Then after all that, I'd have to set an alarm for 2:50 in the morning, babysit a job during the migration, and cross my fingers we didn't blow past the licensing thresholds. Because of my time here at RMT, I've seen at many shops with this exact setup, but once they switched to ACE, the hassle no longer was there. Now with ACE, I start here each morning. So I see how many jobs ran this month. So we can take a look and see exactly how many jobs are run in development and prod, the total run jobs. We also can see whether we're pacing over or under our license execution limit over here on this graph, not only for the total, but also in each development environment and based off of specific months. If today our future migrations will push us into trouble, we would know. All right, so on this particular day, a manager pings me, we need to migrate jobs from dev to prod. The old me would be going, oh, there goes my night, whatever. Sounds like I'll have to make some new plans. But now with ACE, sounds great. Let's get this set up tonight and I can sleep with no worries, no issues for tomorrow. So what I'll do here is make a new request. And what we'll set up is we can connect from the previous environment to the environment we would like to connect to. And so in this instance, we're doing from dev to prod. We can add jobs as we would like. We'll be adding our demo jobs here. And immediately you can see the current versus target differences for these jobs. So we can take a look at what they will look like in the current environment and what they will be doing in the environment they're going to. So this is where I confirm we've got the right objects with the right parameters for the new environment. So we also don't only do jobs, we also have the ability to migrate machines, global variables, calendars, and all those. So what we'll do, and so our internal standard requires documentation for every job. ACE shows me any gaps, like for instance, I can click on the jobs here and see that job 2 doesn't have any documentation. I can edit it here in place, or I can go on over to the job documentation tab here and edit any of the jobs that are available in ACE. So that gives us helps me get through the process of having to figure out documentation and anything along those lines. Next, we'll head on over. And so now I run the validations against our standards. So ACE flags what passes and what fails. And doesn't only flag them, but tells me exactly why. So as we can see here, our demo job failed. So what I would do next is figure out, okay, what is going on here? It's telling me that something's wrong with my machine. So I can do and go and change that. But also during this migration, my manager tells me to double check that our validations are correctly set in ACE. So now I'm going to have to go over to our validations area, go to where the business unit that we're in, and double check that all these validations are correct. So not only can we do on the fly validation policy changes, we can include custom attributes for business specific checks, and then after this, once we save it, and we're saying, okay, this is good, we're all right with this for our validations, what we'll do is go back to the job and say, okay, why was this an issue? So we can check in our job and edit directly here. There's no need to go to any text editor, IDE to do those code changes. I can just directly edit inside ACE and really quickly fix the issue. So now what I can do is revalidate, and as we can see, all of them have passed. So now I choose how this migration goes live. Is it approval based or is it schedule based? If I want to hit a maintenance window, say 3 a.m., I can set a schedule down here and choose that. Now, or I can even send for approval as we will be doing today. Now, there's no reason for me to have to set an alarm. Now I can just set a schedule. All right, now all we have to do after reviewing all of our details here, we can save and submit. So now what we're doing here is pushing this off to whoever the approver is. And for, let's just say that the approver for my migrations is Joe. I'll pretend to be Joe here. And what I will do is greenlight the pending review. And so all I have to do is check everything. All right, everything looks great. Let's submit this on for pending migration. Now, my manager, Don, can come in, review the pending migration, and migrate. And that's right. That was it. That was everything that we needed to do. And so once we're done processing here, that's the whole migration. If I needed to back out, for whatever reason, we got through that whole process, all those steps, and still we're not very comfortable with it, we can always back out of that migration. And so now, let's say we are the next morning. And so I come into the office and now I'm going to go check to make sure that everything's running well in this new environment after the migration has run. So what I would do is run a new report and then check, all right, let's see, are these jobs, are they all running correctly? Is there any issues? Is there any downtime? What's going on? Looks like everything is great. Everything is perfect. I receive a message from my manager. They want a pulse on the environment. I open reports. I run a change request chargeback. And then I'm able to look at and see, based off of a time frame, what they're looking for. So we can click view report here. And now I'll be able to download and share this report with my manager who was looking for that data. So if for any other reason you needed to do a report between two specific dates, you're more than welcome to do that. It will show you all the data in reference to the change requests. So you can see the change requests based off of the business unit, the number of jobs that were pushed on those change requests, and the percent of the total completion rate of those change requests. We can see it with a little graphic here and in a table. So you're more than welcome to download that and send that off to whoever would need that. So that's how ACE helped me do the real migration. So that was a real migration we just did. We did move it from the dev environment to the production environment. And now I go from sleepless nights to a scheduled, validated, and approved process with a clean workflow through the next day and while being all rested up. So yeah, thank you for your time. If you have any questions about ACE or if you're interested in the product, please reach out to RMT. We'd love to do a demo for you.